evening. Welcome to the Lawrence High School Class of 2014 graduation ceremony. Let's give a round of applause. Please join us in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing as we perform the national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the United States, to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Marie Bushman, and I'm the senior class president. On behalf of Dr. Dauber, our principal, Dr. Edwards, our superintendent, the Lawrence High School administration, the Lawrence School District administration, school board members, faculty, staff, family, and friends, welcome to the 2014 commencement ceremony. I would like to thank all of the individuals who worked so hard in making sure that this evening is a memorable event. A special thank you to Dr. Dauber, Ms. Fisher, Mr. Williams, Ms. Hoke, and Mrs. Floyd. The graduating class of 2014 thanks all of you for your collective dedication and hard work in putting this event together for us. Fellow Cardinals, it has been my honor to serve as the president of the class of 2014 these past 3 years. You are the best group of students and friends to be graduating with. We owe a huge thank you to some important people who have helped us come this far, many of whom I just mentioned. First and foremost, to the dedicated faculty and staff at LHS who sit before us. All the teachers, administrators, coaches, security guards, janitors, and cafeteria workers who pushed us, encouraged us, and inspired us. To the Board of Education and the township officials who have supported us in all our endeavors by providing opportunities for our growth. To our parents and families who surround us today, who have loved us, even when we were not the most lovable people. All of these people have truly been with us during a long journey, and they deserve a quick round of applause. And now, classmates, I would like to take the next few moments to address our time spent together at LHS. Time. Time is constant. If my math is correct, we spent 7 hours a day for 180 days a year for 4 years at Lawrence High School. Now, assuming that we all had perfect attendance, which I know we all did, we spent about 5,040 hours within the walls of LHS. This is not counting all the hours we spent before and after school on extracurriculars and activities. Now, hopefully, a good percentage of this time was actually spent paying attention. Another pretty generous assumption. Regardless, this constant quantitative number does not seem to reflect our experiences. It does not feel constant. It feels like time seems to speed up and slow down. We've all felt the lifetime as the minute hand dragged between 2:44 and 2:45. We remember the blur of prom as it sped by in a sea of colors, music, and camera flashes. We've all had unique experiences here, and I cannot speak to each individual one, but high school has taught me to at least try and hope for the best. So think back with me to September in 2010, the first day of freshman year. For some, time has flown by and that day feels like yesterday. But for others, they can barely remember that far back and have been looking forward to today ever since. However that scenario played out in your mind, we all made it here, and it is worth thinking about our growth over this time. We have grown individually and together these past 5,040 hours. Most of us have a friend that we did not know as a freshman. We learned something new about who we are as people. We have come to understand the value of collaboration and seeing other points of view. This would not be possible if we were not forced to attend high school. I use the word forced mockingly, but it's true because we've all had days that we wanted nothing more than to lay in bed, but we proactively pushed snooze and got out of bed minutes later. And after making it out of the house, we mastered exactly how long it takes to get from our house to the school. For me, that's 13 minutes driving and 5 minutes, or 13 minutes walking and 5 minutes driving. Once at school, we learned things like how to write an essay, the rules of calculus, or how to play a violin. Possibly, it was how to talk your way out of a detention, how to formulate an argument, como decir español, or Chinese, or how to avoid the main hallway intersection at all costs after lunch. Maybe you learned the color wheel, the formula for acceleration, tried to decipher Mr. Troy's accent, or became more comfortable with public speaking. We all found our favorite teachers and discovered which classes ended up being harder than we thought. Everyone learned to avoid the administrators with iPads doing the hall sweep, never step on the seal, and which water fountain has the best water. Undeniably, you have learned something. We have grown. We have changed. But most importantly, our time was well spent. And it is important for each of us to know that we can learn and grow, for we will be doing so for the remainder of our lives. I've heard that people are most attached to the music that comes out when they are 18. So it's appropriate for me to leave you with a few of our main songs. All of me loves all of you, so let it go. Because we're so fancy, and it's time to turn down for what? These are the best days of our lives, so let's be happy and look at us now because we're on top of the world. This is our last night to be seniors at LHS. We will always be the class of 2014. So congratulations, class of 2014. We did it.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Class of 2014, how you doing? You good? I want to add to what Ms. Bushman was just saying about the water fountain that has the best water. It's the one down by the cafeteria, correct? Yeah, everybody knows it is. And the new vending machine that's up in the athletic wing seems to have everybody's attention, correct? All right, all right. Big thank you to our teachers who are here tonight. These are not only our high school folks, but our pre-K-12 people, realizing that your journey here is not just high school. It started way back in kindergarten or even before that if you joined us as part of the pre-K program, guys. So thank you to all of you. If you guys would help me give them a round of applause for making time tonight. What I'm not going to say to you is that you are going to blink your eyes and your life will be very much further along. Right, Mr. Connor? Where's Connor? There he is. Connor was giving me a hard time a couple weeks ago saying, "Are you going to say that again? You said that last year." I said, "No, I won't say that again." But it is true. You will. But what I want to share with all of you is just a few pieces of advice. This is the last chance that I'll have to address you collectively, having known most of you since 5th grade. It's a very sentimental journey for me. You guys are very important to me. I feel very close to this class because of that. But I need you to understand, well, let me ask you this. Anybody ever hear of a man named John Lennon? He was in a band called the Beatles. You heard of the Beatles? Just a little. All right. I saw something that a long time ago Lennon was talking about when he was in school. And his teachers asked him the typical type of question, which I'm sure at some point you've heard about, what do you want to be when you grow up? And usually when we say that, we're talking about, oh, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a teacher, I want to be this, I want to be a professional athlete, all that sort of stuff. And what John said to his teacher at the time was, he said, I want to be happy. Pretty profound thing coming out of an elementary school age student. The teacher said, John, I think that you've misunderstood the question. And John was a pretty outspoken guy. Even younger, he said, man, with all due respect, I think you've misunderstood life, because I just want to be happy, all right? So for all of you and all of the things that are going to go on, all that stuff is just secondary. You need to make a conscious decision in your life to be happy in your life. You could have all the money, you could have all the degrees, the education, you could have the best paying job, be the most esteemed person in the world, and still be miserable. But you have to make the decision to be happy with your lives, guys. All right? Keep that in your head. Now, there's a gentleman who we work with. Oh, that's all right. That's all right. But there's a gentleman that we work with, and he's probably here kind of in the shadows tonight. He likes to keep a low key, but many of you know Mr. Atkins. He's one of our security gentlemen, right? He's a great guy. All right. He is a tremendous individual. I have so much respect for him, and I know many of our colleagues do as well. And if you ask him how he's doing, that's kind of the typical thing you'd say to somebody when you see him, oh, how you doing today, Evan, right? Good. And Mr. Atkins' response is usually, he says, we are blessed, is what he says, right? You ever ask him that? Right, we are blessed. And he's right. And all of you are, and so are all of us who are here tonight. I need you to keep that in the back of your heads as you go on. You are blessed people to be part of this community, to have all these people here in support of you. You can't forget that. You can't lose sight of that. One of the things that I had heard along the way, I was watching Mr. Williams and I, we love movies, and one of my favorite actors is Denzel Washington. Right, Cliff? All right, he was talking with a bunch of theater students a while back. And he came up with this thing. It was very cool, and I think it's a great idea for you. He said, I want all of you to take your shoes at night and put them under your bed. Tuck them under your bed and push them so far under your bed that when you get out of bed in the morning, you're going to put your shoes on, but you've got to get down on your knees to find your shoes. And when you're down there, I want you to take a moment or two just to say thank you to anybody and everybody who has been important in your life. It could be God, it could be your teachers. It could be your parents. anybody who has helped you along the way. And when you're older, it'll be your spouse, it'll be your children, and those are the things that are important to you. Because those are things that could be taken from you in a moment's notice, and it's not until that happens sometimes that you actually will remember how important and how dear to you those things are. I don't want any of you growing up and becoming people who take for granted the things that are important. All right? Do not do that. It's critical. And then the last piece I have for all of you is this idea. I took this from Denzel too. You gotta give credit. You gotta give credit. You know? You will never be on the road driving your car and see a U-Haul following behind a hearse. Right? You will never be out on the road and see a U-Haul following behind a hearse. The point is, it isn't rocket science, but all of you know, whenever that time comes, and your time should come after most of us, all right, unless we got a lot of young people out there tonight. But you can't take it with you. I can't take it with me, you can't take it with you, nobody can. But what you've got to do is you've got to pay it forward while you're here. Right? All right, Ashley. You've got to take advantage of that. We've all got something to give. Because it's not about what you have, it's about what you do with what you have. That's what counts. You got me? It's about what you do with what you have. That's what counts, guys. All right? I want you to keep those three things in mind as you go through, not just today, as you move on with your lives. I need you to stay in touch, okay? Email, Twitter, whatever it is. Hey, and let's do this. Any picture you take tonight, parents, everybody like that, if you're in social media, you turn it up, you get on there, do your tweets, whatever it is, put a hashtag on it, LHS Graduation 2014. All right, does that work? That work? All right, hold on a second, let me think. You figure these things have pockets. But they don't. All right. Let's do this. All right, move over. Come on. Move over, move over. Scoot. Come on. All right, come around. All right, what we'll do is I'll put that up on Twitter for all of you. Oh, over here? Oh, we get some love over here. All right. Hold on. All right, come back. All right, very good. See, we've never done that before, and we risk having a riot, I think. All right, class of 2014, we're going to get on with the show, but you know I love all of you guys. I've been telling you that all year. You guys have been great. You're very important to me, very important to our school, our staff, everybody else. You've been an outstanding class. And where else can I get kids who are going to call me up over senior prank and ask for me for permission to do it? I love it. But you guys have been fantastic. I wish you nothing but the best. We'll see all of you soon. Make your lives count, guys. All right? Counting on you. Thank you. Would Mr. Mitani Belev please join me at the podium? It is my honor to present to you in this distinguished bag a Jeffersonian cup which identifies you as the class of 2014's valedictorian. Congratulations, Mitani.
Wow, well, hard to follow up on that, but thank you, Mr. Dauber. Class of 2014, friends, faculty, parents, loved ones, good evening. It's truly a pleasure to be up here tonight. You know, looking out at thousands of people's faces is comforting and equally terrifying. And I'm no rookie when it comes to graduation. I've been out in the band section the past 3 years. Shouts out to the band. They've never gotten any recognition from speakers before, so props to you guys. Now, the reason I always enjoyed graduation is because of this feeling of togetherness that manages to captivate thousands of people. Thousands of people that, you know, we haven't all really gotten the opportunity to know each other personally. And parents, students, teachers, coaches, we're all one community. We're a community that has a lot to celebrate tonight. Now, little disclaimer, I'm not going to stand up here for a long time pretending that I know what I'm doing any more than anybody else does, because I don't. I have no profound message that I want to impart on anybody here, but what I can and want to do is share a little story and extend my gratitude to individuals and loved ones that deserve a lot more recognition. So here goes nothing. Life sometimes feels like a series of rooms. A very long series of rooms where the people who we're stuck in those rooms with end up defining what our lives are like, for the worse or the better. I was stuck in a room for 15 years with a woman that helped instill in me values that I treasure the most to this day. That woman was my grandmother. My grandmother was a very tough love kind of person. Maybe a lot of you know that feeling where you've accomplished something and you want to go share it with somebody so that they'll be proud of you. Well, my grandma kind of knocked that notion out of my brain when I was a kid, and I thank her a lot for that because it taught me humility. By providing me with independence as I got older, she taught me trust, and by accepting me even when I was at my worst, she taught me love. Her battle with cancer taught me determination, and her loss taught me the importance of valuing the people in my life. Instead of throwing a quote by some person that's been dead for hundreds of years at you, I'd like to just share one quote with you tonight. My grandmother always used to tell me, Matati, listen, remember that what you have in your head, nobody's going to take that away from you. It wasn't until she passed that I realized that went beyond knowledge. It had to do with memories, the greatest source of knowledge. As I stand before you today, I hold in my head memories of events and places that, over the long haul, will probably recede. But what will not recede are the memories of people and ideas, memories that helped me define myself and realize the importance of people in my life. Ms. Herzog, you're the most spirited woman I've ever met. You're like a second mother to me. Thanks for always believing in me. Ms. Henderson, you're one of the smartest people and one of the funniest people I know. Thanks for always pushing my mental barriers. Ms. Cardwell, I don't know how other people could have possibly dealt with high school without having you freshman year. You not only taught me how to write, you instilled me with a sense of confidence that got me through it all. Ms. Resenio, your sense of humor is unparalleled. Thanks for the encouragement and the kind words over the years. Ms. Randall, you have the heart of an angel, and it kind of makes mine feel like stone sometimes. And Mr. Troy, thanks for opening my eyes to the visible and hidden wonders around me. To all of my friends, you make everything worth it. As an only child, you all are the closest things I'll have to siblings. You're my bros for life. Gabby, you're my best friend, and you give me endless motivation. Dad, you're the coolest father on the planet, but you're also the most principled person I know. I appreciate you and love you endlessly. And Mom, you're a real-life saint. If I can be half the person you are when I grow up, I'll be a good man. Class of 2014, we've all been stuck in rooms together. Whether it's been for our 4 years of high school or since pre-K, we've defined each other's lives. From simple acts of kindness to first hellos, to years of happiness and support, we've been there for each other. Thank you all for everything. I wish the best for all of you, and I hope your doors will always be open. Mine definitely will be. Thank you.
Titi Patel, would you please join me at the podium? Titi, on behalf of Lawrence High School, it is my pleasure to award you this Jeffersonian Cup respective of your role as our salutatorian for the class of 2014. Congratulations.
Good evening, graduates, friends, family, and faculty. For the past almost 18 years, we've lived pretty well. Sure, this is a broad generalization, but we're all here at our high school graduation, so that has to count for something, right? This point in our lives marks a transition, an inflection point, if you will. BC calculus? This begs the question, where are we headed? Sure, we've all got an idea in our minds right now. Some of us are off to various branches of military, others to full-time employment and volunteering, and the craziest of us off to pursue higher education. These are our plans, but our class likes to wander off the beaten path, so where does that leave us? It is commonly believed by many that there is a single path for us toward whatever our end destination may be. I have a couple problems with that. We don't live in a fairy tale world. We don't have a yellow brick road that we can follow to this planned destination of ours. Moreover, our world is ever-changing. Even if such a path existed, our destination is unlikely to exist by the time we reach the end of it. The single path is an illusion. Already we have moved off and begun to explore on our own. We have people leading groups advocating immense social change. Excuse me. We have students taking advantage of their right to vote, already more politically active than the majority of this country. By wandering off and exploring our interests, we are becoming more adaptable to this changing world of ours, maybe even sometimes getting in trouble, though we really do mean well. We were born to make an impact, and this is only the beginning for us. Take a look at who we are now, after a short 4 years together in high school. From local heroes, to state champions, to national competitors, we have left Lawrence with an indistinguishable mark. Maybe it just worked out because we've grown up together and we can wander around these halls knowing many of the people in them, and there's a sense of comfort in that. We have all faced difficult obstacles throughout our time together in high school, from the increasing presence of technology in the classroom to various tests and evaluations that have caused us to think of ourselves in terms of numbers that supposedly define us. GPAs, SATs, ACTs, SGOs, you name it. Put together 3 letters, it's probably a test. We have adapted to all of the curveballs thrown at us. We use technology to expedite, not cut corners. We confront the idea that we are not just numbers and show off our dynamic personalities every chance we get. The beaten path sets a standard for us, but wandering off allows us to, well, beat it and exceed expectations. Today's transition is just one of the many forks in the road ahead of for us. We're not all going in the same direction, and some of us may not even cross paths after today. No matter where on this path you go, know that there is no wrong way as long as you keep moving forward. Thank you all for being with me this far on my journey. Keep moving forward, keep proving them wrong. Seize the opportunities presented to you, but also forge your own path. They told us we couldn't, and that's why we will. We are the troublemaking wanderers. We are the creative minds. And beyond anything else, right now, we are graduating as the Lawrence High School class of 2014. Congratulations, graduates, and I wish you all the best of luck on your journeys ahead.
At this time, it is my pleasure to welcome Aaron Keene, Class Vice President, Moiseau Boisson, Class Treasurer, Marco Sebastian, Class Historian, and Anthony Scardelletti, Class Secretary.
Hello, my name is Aaron Keene, Class of 2014 Vice President.
Hello, my name is Moiseau Boisson, Class of 2014 Treasurer.
Hello, my name is Marco Sebastian, Class of 2014 Historian.
And I'm Anthony Scardelletti, Class of 2014 Secretary. Dr. Dauber, would you please join us?
On behalf of our advisor, Ms. Hoke, we would like to thank the Class of 2014 for being one of Lawrence High's best classes of all time. Our advisor wanted to say a special thank you to the class officers for all of their hard work. Their immense dedication brought forth several special memories for all of us to remember. As we depart into our own journeys, the class of 2014 would like to make 4 generous donations. 3 to the classes of 2015, 2016, and 2017 to help defray the cost of their prom, and the remainder to Project Graduation.
We accept. Thank you. We appreciate that. We know that all of you have worked very hard as the class of 2014. We had a wonderful prom. I can't say enough about it, but thank you. We appreciate the gifts, and I know that the classes that are following you will do very well with it again, so thank you.
Mrs. Hope, can you please come to the stage? We would like to acknowledge you for all your hard work and dedication as the advisor for the class of 2014. Please accept this gift as a token of our appreciation for all of the time you spent in making this one of the best years of our lives. Thank you for everything, and we will miss you. Now, please welcome to the stage Lawrenceville Elementary School kindergarten teacher, Mr. Berry.
I don't think I've ever seen so many cardinals in my life. May I just say what an incredible sight you are up here. Before I deliver my formal remarks, I have to tell you, this is not going to be a typical keynote address. And this is what I want to talk to you about tonight. What it's like to be a kindergarten teacher, much less a male kindergarten teacher. The inherent importance of what you've learned in kindergarten and its relevance to your current lives. And Mr. Dauber touched on this earlier. Lastly, true happiness. So here we go. I have to share something very personal with you regarding cardinals. My father was a high school history teacher for 37 years in my hometown of Sparta, New Jersey. This might be hard to believe, but I actually was a student in his class for 3 years. Wonderfully awkward years. I doubt very much the practice would have been permitted today. In retrospect, though, I'm so very grateful to have had those impressionable classroom years with Dad. Just in case you were wondering, the best grade he ever gave me was a B. Well, that's the kind of student I was. And as a teacher, Dad was tough and demanding. A former Marine, he knew his American and European history better than anybody around. He loved teaching with all his heart. And I could still hear him grumbling about having to spend that evening grading those papers. Dad was also well respected, exceedingly fair, and his students loved him. He lauded C students who did B work, and he expected nothing but your best effort, regardless of the type of student you were. His friends and colleagues admire him. He was one of those guys that everybody relied on. And then just like that, at the age of 61, he was gone after a brief illness 21 years ago, about 1 month before his planned retirement in 1993. My mother and our entire family were devastated. For as long as I can remember, Dad loved birds, but his favorite bird was a cardinal. So when I look out on all of you, I can't help but think of him. If you were to visit my classroom, you'd find many of the typical things in any kindergarten classroom. Little chairs and tables, a pint-sized potty, cubbies, a sand table, lots of books, and bins full of markers and crayons. And if you take a little bit closer look, you might spot something else. Lots and lots of cardinals. 70 or 80 would be my best guess. And to this day, I'm not sure how many they are. They take many forms: stuffed animals, porcelain figurines, a musical snow globe, and hanging wind chimes. But my personal favorite is a beautiful frame painting of a male and female cardinal. Its vibrant colors and textures were brushed by a budding 11-year-old artist named Taylor. She's 21 now and a senior at Lycoming College in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and her mother and I are intensely proud of her. And she's sitting way back there. While I'm on the subject of family, I've been blessed with two other equally remarkable, beautiful, and kind-hearted daughters. Grace and Ella round out the trio. All three are here tonight, as is my best friend, partner till the end, and my beautiful wife, Jennifer. Serendipity is a beautiful thing. You see, I don't believe it's a coincidence that I wound up teaching in a district where the high school mascot is the bright scarlet bird we all know so much. Nor do I think it a coincidence that my father's middle name is Lawrence. Oh yeah, did you catch that? David Lawrence Berry. I love you, Dad, and I'm a teacher because you were a teacher. Good evening, everyone. Dr. Edwards, Board President Van Hise, board members and school administrators, Dr. Dauber, a big thank you, Ms. Gold, families and friends, and you, the Lawrence High School class of 2014. Give yourselves a big hand. As you probably figured out in your program, I'm Jeffrey Berry, and I'm incredibly honored by the invitation to address you tonight. But to be honest, I'm a bit overwhelmed at the task set before me. I've taught kindergarten at Lawrenceville Elementary School for the past 13 years. I've so enjoyed the opportunity to serve the school district, the school board, our teacher association, and this wonderfully diverse community. And I humbly thank you parents for entrusting me each year with a kindergarten classroom. As my colleagues in the district who teach kindergarten know, the first year of a child's formal schooling is a critical one, when the foundations for learning are set down and the desire to learn, we hope, is first sparked. The beaming graduates we see here tonight began their own academic journeys at just about the same time I began my own teaching career here in Lawrence, in September of 2001. Some of you, 13 I believe, were in that very first class of mine. Most of you began your formal educational journeys by entering a kindergarten classroom at one of our 4 outstanding elementary schools. Please stand and remain standing as I call out your school. If you went to Slackwood, please stand up. Eldridge Park. Ben Franklin. Lawrenceville. And not to be left out, if you join this graduating class somewhere along the way, please stand and be recognized as well. That's all of you. Take a seat. You can take a seat. In these outstanding schools, outstanding teachers did, for some, continue to be difference makers in our community, serving as kindergarten teachers. See if these names ring any bells. Susan Riley, Tony Musto, Joyce Leno, Lydia Irvin, Terry Alexa, Cindy Zagarsky, or Kathy Sapphire, who's sitting right over here, after making a difference in children's lives for 31 laudable years, is retiring. She's here tonight to congratulate her kids and say goodbye. There's just one other kindergarten teacher here tonight that needs to be recognized. She's a 1969 Lawrence graduate. She's the teacher I always wanted to be like. Her name is Phyllis McPherson, and she's sitting up there. And she is the current longest tenured teacher in our district. After 41 years, Ms. McPherson is retiring, and she's, as I said, right up there. I love you so much, Phyllis, and you deserve a big round of applause. The teachers I just mentioned represent some of the finest educators in the land. I'm very proud to know them, to have learned from them, and to call each one a personal friend. All of these remarkable K-12 teachers who have cared for you, served you, and most importantly taught you, have, for better or worse, made a mark on you. Some you liked, some you loved, and some left a softer impression. Let's get back to you guys. 13 of you began your school year in my classroom. Your school years in my classroom. Now here we are, ironically enough, 13 years later. Some have moved on from Lawrence, but the majority of you are still here and graduating tonight. I run into a few of you over the years a couple of times, and Many of you I haven't seen since you left my classroom in June of 2002. I hope to rectify that before we leave here tonight. I will say this, I do hope all of you have your time capsules and you've resisted the temptation to peek. But I digress. As I mentioned, September 2001 marked the beginning of my Lawrence Township teaching career. The start of a school year is always an exciting time. For you and your families, it was full of hope and promise. As your families will never forget, September 11th, 2001 was the third day of school in Lawrence that year. While these soon-to-be graduates met their new kindergarten teachers on that beautiful late summer morning, the unthinkable was occurring in New York City, Washington, D.C., and Pennsylvania. In the weeks that followed, we teachers pressed on and did the very best we could. And as my students looked at me with curious and innocent eyes, I still had to keep to the business of teaching, as did all the LTPS staff throughout those deeply unsettling days. We all grappled with the new realities of a changed world and how they would forever alter our previous notions about our safety and our security. We will never forget that day or the incalculable sacrifices of our nation and its citizens over the days, months, and years that followed. After tonight, you will have completed one significant season of your life and you will begin another. Some of you have already begun. The truth is, ladies and gentlemen, much of what is out there is yours for the taking. Despite what many skeptics of our day may say, you still live in the greatest nation in the history of modern civilization. Where opportunities and chances for real success are more bountiful than anywhere else. I won't kid you. It does take forward thinking, goal setting, and good old-fashioned hard work. Some fortunate timing and decent luck won't hurt either. But basically, the old adage, success favors the prepared, remains true. Let's talk about kindergarten for just a moment, something I know a little bit about. For those that don't know, I love what I do. And I believe my efforts make a real difference in the lives of children. I think the same can be said for all teachers, especially here in Lawrence. Now, this may surprise some of you, but truthfully, given the choice, I don't think I would have chosen to teach kindergarten. Don't misunderstand me. I'm incredibly grateful for every day I step into my classroom, but try for a moment to imagine yourself standing in front of a classroom full of 20, 5, and 6-year-old kids. On a typical day, you'll observe the full range of early elementary behaviors. Tattling, crying, some not listening to directions at all. And not to gross anyone out, but some kids will openly pick their noses with an amazing sense of purpose, completely aloof of who is watching them. Along those same lines, periodically a student might have an accident, and they won't tell you about it for obvious reasons until there's a certain odor in the air, and then action is obviously required. And don't even mention the word vomit, which usually occurs with little or no warning, and at that point, I'm usually gagging and close to joining the sickly little fella myself. Thankfully, there's another side to kindergarten. Every single day, something wonderful happens in that classroom. Some days it might be harder to spot than others, but it's true. I get a front row seat from September to June of the very visible and undeniable growth and maturation of young and very impressionable kids. For whatever mysterious or divine reasons, I truly believe kindergarten chose me, and I accepted, and I'm very thankful I did. And I'm also thankful Miss Bronston hired me. She missed that. I'm sure you'd agree, much of what we learned in kindergarten still applies in your young adult lives. As I look out at what is unquestionably the largest audience I've ever had the privilege to speak to, I'm compelled to share just a few truths about kindergarten. These are just simple truths that remind us all how we should conduct ourselves, whether we're 6, 16, or 60. Share everything. Play fair. Don't hit people. Put things back where you found them. Clean up your own mess. Don't take things that aren't yours. Say you're sorry when you hurt someone. Wash your hands before you eat. Take a nap in the afternoon. Boy, I wish I could do that once in a while. When you go out into the world, watch out for traffic. Hold hands and stick together. Be aware of wonder. You remember that little seed in the paper cup? First the roots grow down and then the plant grows up. And nobody really knows why. But it does. And we're all like that. And my personal favorite? Flush. One of the most renowned and influential voices of our time, author and poet Maya Angelou, passed away recently. She was beautifully eulogized at her memorial service by several friends, among them Bill Clinton and Oprah Winfrey. In her tribute, First Lady Michelle Obama described how Angelou's words inspired her and countless others to seek that indefinable power within all of us and use it to strive to do great things. In Angelou's words, our worth has nothing to do with what the world might say about us. Each of us comes from the Creator, trailing wisps of glory. She reminded each of us to find our own voice, decide our own value, and then announce it to the world with all the pride and joy that is our birthright as members of the human race. In this day and age, we have no shortages of distractions and diversions to keep us focused on things that at the end of the day really aren't that important. Meanwhile, those things that will nurture and help us develop into conscientious, productive, and socially minded individuals are often relegated to the back burner. And as far as distractions go, you have far more than I did when I graduated Sparta High School in 1981. And you all know what I'm talking about. I mean, I'm guilty of this too, but we've got Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, FaceTime, Spotify, Google+, Snapchat. What's that all about? And who knows what else? All I know is that today's high school graduates are smart, and I mean really smart. Arguably the brightest students ever to graduate from LHS. But let me ask you a couple of other pointed questions. Do all of you know the power and implicit value of direct eye contact coupled with a firm and deliberate handshake? Do you also understand the impact of a tactful, positive, and well-timed comment or two, and what that can have when offered to another human being? Sadly, I'm guessing many of my peers might agree. As younger generations are consumed with the amazing technology found in smartphones and laptops and tablets, coupled with all the trappings of this world just a few clicks away, these simple and critically important interpersonal skills seem to be slipping away from our young people. Don't let that happen. One of the most important points I want to make to you tonight is that morals, virtues, and ethics still matter. Values like integrity, gratitude, empathy, and patience are just few of many virtues critical to experiencing a fulfilled life. Don't forget them. You learn these vitally important character traits in your school district, which, as you know, was recently named a National School District of Character, a distinction shared by only 2 other schools in this country in the calendar year of 2014. Hey, use those smarts of yours to make a difference in the world, not just in your own lives, but in the lives of others. If you do, you'll give yourself the gift of doing what you know is right, whether you add $1 or $2 to help fill the homeless person's empty coffee cup, or dare I say it, go to a faraway land to volunteer in a health clinic or help build a new home for an impoverished family, or simply by doing something in between. Truly, if you can find the real value in your heart, mind, and soul of doing for others simply because you can, you give yourself a priceless reward of immense proportions. I promise you. Now, there's a lot to be said for the wisdom found in the words of the classic Norman Rockwell painting he called The Golden Rule. As many of you know, a reproduction of that painting hangs in the entryway of LIS with these words: "Do unto others as you would have them do unto you." These words serve as an important reminder to the amazing human diversity of our planet and the respect and civility expected from each of us as people of Earth. Let me start to wrap this up. We've still got a lot of important stuff to get to this evening. In 1927, the American poet Max Ehrmann penned Desiderata. This is from Mr. Baraya. In Latin, it means desired things. A portion of the poem reads as follows. The words are for everyone here tonight, but they are especially meant for all you graduates. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should be. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive him to be, and whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace with your soul. With all its shame, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be careful. Strive to be happy. Strive to be happy. Always remember that happiness is a choice and can only be attained if one is content with his or herself as a person. There have been many studies on happiness, what it is, how we attain it, You can easily look them up, but the interesting thing is, an overwhelming number of these studies seem to state the happiest people are in some way serving others. In kindergarten, you learn to play fair, clean up your mess, not hit people. You also learn to hold hands and stick together. Don't take things that aren't yours. And you learn to say you're sorry when you hurt someone. It's not always easy, but if you can love people where they are and not where you want them to be, the way you did in kindergarten, you're going to be successful in life, and you'll have a strong chance of being content and therefore happy. I know I speak for every teacher, administrator, and family member and friend here tonight when we wish each and every one of you the very best life has to offer as you pursue your hopes, dreams, and all of your future endeavors. As you leave this place tonight, know you also carry with you the hopes and dreams of all those who love you and who have cared for you since the day you were born. Just remember, when I was a little kid not so long ago, I had to learn a lot of things I didn't really know. How to dress myself, tie my shoes, how to jump a rope, how to smile for a picture without looking like a dope. But of all the things I learned, my favorite of them all was the little poem hanging on the kindergarten wall. Lately I've been worried as I look around and see an awful lot of grown-ups acting foolish as can be. I know there's lots of things to learn I haven't mastered yet. Still it seems it's real important stuff that grown-ups soon forget. I know we'd all be better off if we could just recall the little poem hanging on the kindergarten wall. If you remember it, sing it. Of all you learned here, remember this the best. Don't hurt each other and clean up your mess. Take a nap every day and wash before you eat. Hold hands, stick together, look before you cross the street. Remember the seed in the little paper cup. First the root grows down and then the plant grows up. First the root grows down and then the plant grows up. God bless you all. Congratulations.
Here we go. At this time, will the members of the senior choir please come forward as they recite For Good from Wicked.
People come into our lives. Oh,
Always a beautiful song to hear at graduation, and I really think it starts to change the emotional mood for the evening as we begin to get to the conferring of diplomas. But Mr. Fillmore, also congratulations to you and a big thank you for all your service as well. We wish you the best. Thank you. Dr. Edwards, if you would please join me at the podium. The students seated before you tonight represent some of the finest young men and women that this country will ever see, perhaps even this world. It is an honor for me to recommend the class of 2014 for graduation and the granting of diplomas to those students who have met the requirements from the state of New Jersey as well as the Lawrence Township Board of Education.
Thank you, Dr. Dauber. And it is with great pleasure as I look out there amongst you students that I am so proud to be your superintendent. And I know they mentioned that we are a National District of Character, but I want to take a pause and say congratulations to Dr. Dauber, the staff, and the students for having Lawrence High School be recognized this year as a New Jersey School of Character. So congratulations to the high school. And with that, parents, family, friends, on behalf of the Board of Education, Dr. Dauber, I accept your recommendation and I present to you the class of 2014. Congratulations.
Joanna A. Yeboah. Jasenia Acuna. Michael Adamczyk. Richard Adamczyk. Kayla Aguilar. Rachel Allen. Kyara Alvarez. Brianna Monet Anderson. Jonathan Ariola Garcia. Hamza Asif. Naila Austin. Cameron Bafuto. Matadi Ivanov Balev. Maya Lee Ball. Mia Simone Ball. Jade Bandon. Brianna Alexis Venegas. Alex Baranovsky. Jason Russell Bembry. Cassandra Rose Bentavenia. Evan Andrew Berman. Brandon Luis Bernal. Gabriela Maria Bienyash. Karolina Plazinska. Carly Jane Bliss. Mary Morzer Pauline Virginie Boisson. Julian Andrew Bolton. Priscilla Elizabeth Bostock. Kyle Breaker. Mitchell Ross Brensinger. Jeremy Caleb Buxbaum. Michael Beretinsky. Marie Rebecca Bushman. Joseph Dominic Carpinelli. Garusimran Chada. Lauren Christina Chester. Ari Marilyn Cifuentes. Peter Michael Sino. Jacque Coates. Justice Havens Colucci. Chloe Marie Compitelli. Liana Eva Concepcion. Yamalex Joanna Coronado. Chelsea Nicole Crespo. James David Cribb Jr. Simon Gabriel Cruz. Sandra Ariel Cruz. Madeline Jade Curtin. Marvin Alexander Davila. Aubin Michael Davis. Emily Catherine Dawson. Cindy De Leon. Francis Jerome Gregory DeVirtual. Yamalex Data. Olivia Grace DeMont. Alexander Ivan Durkash. Aaron Michael Dindinger. Ian Scott Dingwall. Dominic Charles DiTomaso. Radislav Gugovsky. Stephanie Emily Javietska. Jennifer Elizabeth Dwyer. Darus Jejic. Edward Dzik. Kristen Nicolette Easy. David Scott Eggert. Carrie Ellis Westcott. Garrett Joseph Falk. Nicholas Adam Falkenberg. Jordan Finger. Jordan Alexander Fleming. Joshua Flormont.
Allison Leah Faltini. Alicia Forgioni. Matthew John Franceschini. Edward Rocco Freeland. Rachel Ann Fury. Chelsea Ann Garvey. Lon G. Alexandria Megan Guinea. Luke Andrew Getz. Adam Justin Gibson. Casey Rose Gladwell. Aaliyah Nicole Glenn. Jordan Lee Glover. Zoe Grace Gonzalez. Taisha Nicole Gonzalez Torres. Tanya Nadiz Gonzalez Torres. Catriona Margaret Gao. John Cannon Gao. Dallas Mariah Graham. Casimir Gabrielle Grabsky. Daniel Alexander Green. Alexis Sterling Griffith. Herminus Grinsberg. Julia Gromek. Haley Eloise Gronenthal. Brandon Grabowski. Marlena Grishek. Mecca Baronia Galate. Natalia Halet. Logan Patrick Hamer. Kevin Matthew Hanko. Jack Hardgraves Dix. Samantha Harris. Emmanuel Herrera. Tatiana Hewitt. Katrina Lynn Hicks. Pretush Hiremath. Yin Ho. Connor James Hoffman. Noah Elliott Hotz. Justin Emmanuel Hoyle. Justin Xie. Shanice Amira Hilton. Thomas Edmond Diketa. Connor Stewart Ilsher. Jacob Joseph Arizari. Khalil Allen Jackson. Christinique Marvunel Jaycox. Khadija Hamzatu Jah. Siddharth Jain. Marcin Janus. Michael Jennings. Sienna Lorraine Jones. Brienne Nicole Karseski. Amanda Madhavi Karanuratne. Jennifer Lauren Kane. Erin Suzanne Keene. Gabia Kretinyetsky. Jarrett McRoy Keiss. Stephen Kim. Cameron Tyler Kitchen. Rebecca Jean Quinn. Cassandra Lenore Niskern. Oha Koshitska. Matthew Scott Kozin. Vagish Sethukiran Katana. Sebastian Kozakowski. Victor Alexandrovich Krapivin. Jolita Kraszewska. David Kraszewski. Crystal Lee Kramer. Matthew Paul Kruger. Genevieve Labowitz. Helen Lahoda.
Jacob Lamoureux. Dominique Clave Lau. Patrick Joseph Lavery. Naquan Jamar Laws. Naquan Jamar Laws. Michael Stephen Levecki. Brianna Lowe. Dearica Long. Isaac Lopez. Kelly Liu. Aviva Lyon. Catherine Jean Machetta II. Sean Thomas McKelvey. Marabella Elisa Maldonado. Kristen Teresa Mandigo. Dylan Ross Mann. Elizabeth Manzo. Samantha Beatrice Manzano. Giancarlo Marquez. Liam Wayne Marsh. Elizabeth Ashley Martin. Daisy Martinez. Isaac Martinez. Cullen Kenna McCormick. Tandia Amane McLaren. Rayshawn McMillan. Amani Audrey McNair. Nicholas McNeil. Omar Mahmood. Shivani Mehra. Javon Lincoln Measle. Lester Robert Miller. Samai Jameer Mitchell. Andrew Bryce Ferris Moldoff. Valentine Monhe. Michelle Moore. Jessica Morales. Cyan Morris. Samantha Taylor Morris. Christopher William Musey. Anga Rugsuren Migmerjau. Kayla Rose Nasil. Brian Namirka. Mary Lisa Nikita. Ivory Nicole O'Neill. Kathleen Mary O'Rourke. Vaibhav Pawa. Tyler Anthony Palfy. Morgan Lee Palmer. Yana Palubochka. Samantha Paige Parody. Jaquil Malik Parkman. Akash Patel. Drew Shodhan Patel. Havan Patel. Titi Patel. David Ramsey Hughes Patterson. Eugene Pelish. Paul Anthony Panacci. Caitlin Nicole Perego. Anthony Pereira. Perla Lorraine Perez. Nicole Perna. Cheyenne Corinne Peterson. Thomas William Pfeiffer. Ivana Piankowska. Sylvia Piankowska. Bertrand Piard. Mika Nicole Piaseczna. Arkadiusz Pikula. Salvatore Joseph Perone. Patrick Pisanko. Carlos Polanco.
Ashley Marie Politakis. Mark Polo Jr. Augustus Robert Powell Jr. Amparo Montserrat Pozos. Daniel Prakash. Manindra Rajakonda. Wendy Ramirez. Pierre Zajed Rashdi. Dean Joseph Gray. Julian Armand Roach. Deborah Nicole Robbins. Shania Nicole Roberson. Nigel Anthony Robinson. Zimran Kushite Robinson. Rafael Rodriguez. Matthew Russ. Himanshi Sachdeva. Richie Santiago. Alberto Santiago Ortiz. Yadira Isabel Santos. Asla Sarakoglu. Anthony Joseph Scardelletti. Gavin John Shank. Drew Austin Schindel. Colleen Shannon Schock. Corey Edward Schock. Laura Kate Schofield. Jordana Schreiber. Marco Joseph Sebastian. Patrick Leworth Sheehan. Lucas Joseph Slowinski. Brandon Smith. Bridget Ann Smith. Kanan Justice Smith. Alexis Marie Snedeker. Brian Stout. Nasir Jeffrey Stout. Arkadiusz Artur Sholdrovsky. Andrew Takasugi. Suyag Tank. Simon Terra. John Malik Thomas. Danielle Ashley Gay Thompson. James Toole. Carol Ann Trimble. Isabella Tupai. Harrison Price Turner. Maya Urban. Hardil Nirab Vadi. Marcus Van Diver. Cassandra Lynn Van Stone. Natasha Simone Vargas. Kiera Aileen Vasquez. Aaron Vereen. Zachary Wayans. Maxwell Scott Whitman. Gabrielle Yvonne Williams. Carter Lane Williams, Jr. Bartosz Wisniewski. Krista Brianna Wisniewski. Gordon Brett Wolf. Maciek Adam Wolinski. Tua Uniqua Woodson. Jordan Robert Wright. Brianna Zhu. Yosef Abraham Yosefzai. Louise Banji Zabazaja. Oscar Julian Zapotitla. Jacek Zarski. Violetta Arletta Zavadska. Brooke McKay Zellner. Maggie Zhao. Renji Brian Zhao. Corey John Zrinko.
Please be seated. And now, an Irish blessing performed by the Lawrence High School Graduation Choir.
All right, class of 2014. You still with us? All right. You know, every year, I guess it's tradition, they give the principal some type of token or gift or what have you. You know, in years past it would be Super Bowls or whatever, they'd bounce all over the place. And I started getting money. Last year I made $22, which I had to claim on my taxes apparently. But this year, I believe it to be a puzzle of the senior class photo, if I'm correct with that. Well, I want to say thank you to all of you for that. Now, what I need, however, are going to be some of you to come and put it together for me. Once we get that squared away, maybe we'll frame it and put it on my wall in my office or something. So, but a sincere thanks to all of you, not just for tonight, but for the last 3 years at Lawrence High School, as well as the 2 years, my first 2 years at Lawrence Intermediate School. You guys have been the best, and I wouldn't love my job as much as I do if I didn't have kids as great as you. So thank you so much. Now, if all of you, the class of 2014, if all of you would please rise. Parents, guardians, fellow educators, invited guests, and anybody who just decided to stop by tonight because they were tired of sitting in traffic, I am very pleased to present to you, for the first time, publicly, officially, the graduating class of 2014. Congratulations. Congratulations, everyone. Best of luck to all of you in the future. Please stay in touch. We love you. Good night. God bless you. Band, take us out.